Well, this is an exciting day. I would very much like to welcome each and every one of you to Harms-Eischeid Stadium. This is a spectacular new home of the Upper Iowa University Peacocks. After our program this afternoon, I would like to invite you to stick around. We have a number of things going on. First and foremost, we have a tailgate reception down here on the north end as well. We're going to have tours of the stadium and the press box, and that will go until 4:30 today, and then at 4:30 we need to shut things down and get ready for our game operations. And then at 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock straight up under the lights, we are going to kick off and play a football game in this beautiful new stadium. As well, we have a number... Thank you. We have a number of guest speakers here today, and so it's our goal to keep this thing going at a very rapid pace. That said, I'd like to make some introductions. Some of our speakers today include Upper Iowa University President, Dr. Alan Walker. Our Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Bob Fth. We have Coach Shea up here as well. We are especially honored today to have a couple of individuals who are going to speak. We have Mr. Mike Racy, and Mike is the NCAA Vice President of Division II. Mr. Butch Raymond, the Commissioner of the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. You will hear from, of course, Mr. Steve Harms, class of 1973, along with his lovely wife, Diane, who made this stadium possible. Before we get into their presentations, I would like to introduce to you some of our board members, past, present, and who are with us today. They include Miss Betty Fth, John Fald, Scott Lieben, Bernie Pattison, Barry Smith, Bill Cook, Howard Fisher, Angie Lee, Dr. Eric Geller, and Timothy Rube. Our trustee emeriti, Dr. Ernest Dahlquist. Richard Smith and Dr. Kurt Wood. In addition to the spouses of the board members, we would like to welcome the First Lady of Upper Iowa University, Debbie Walker. As well, a great opportunity for me to introduce a longtime supporter, Upper Iowa Athletic Hall of Fame member and proud father of Steve Harms, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cal Harms. Right over here. Cal, welcome. We are also pleased to have many of our local officials with us here today, and we very, very much appreciate their support. We have Iowa State Representative Mr. Roger Thomas. Fayette County Supervisor Vicki Rowland. Fayette Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Doug McReynolds. We also have several of our city council members. We have Bradley Cabarello, also known as Cabby. We have Brian Frana. Patty Netzinger. And Todd Sorensen. As well, in the audience are several representatives of the contractors who work very hard and aggressively to build this stadium. I'd like to introduce Mr. Dan Harrigan, Steve Sproles, Sid Samuels, Dan Miller, Larry and Mark Roberts, and Matt Cowell. Lastly, I would like to welcome all the members of the Upper Iowa University cabinet members and our audience. Welcome again to our event today. This is a great time to be a Peacock, and we are here to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker today is a double alumnus from Upper Iowa University and chairman of our board and great friend of our university, Mr. Bob Fth.
It's going to take a week to wipe the smile off my face after being here. Welcome. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome and enjoy the day. I'd like to first of all thank Steve and Diane for their generosity. And when you think about this stadium, not only does it touch the UIU student athletes, it touches students throughout northeastern Iowa. We'll be able to entertain high school, junior high, any school will be able to come here and use these facilities, and that's what Steve and Diane are all about, and we appreciate that very much. Thank you. When the Iowa Conference gave us the opportunity to look for a new division and a new conference a few years ago, Mr. Gil Cloud was fortunate enough to go to Division II and the Northern Sun Conference and asked that we could be a part of it. As part of that ask, we had to make some guarantees. They took a risk on us. We guarantee that we'd get better athletes, better facilities, and be competitive. When you look around these facilities today on this campus, the Peacocks have kept their promise. So Mike and Butch, thank you for taking that challenge that we gave you and for trusting us to do what we need to do. So to finish today, I want to thank Dr. Walker. I want to thank David Miller for taking and carrying on where Gil left off. Somebody had to clean up Gil's mess, so David got the opportunity. So enjoy the day. I expect to hear a lot of noise. You'll probably see this little bald guy screaming, running up and down in a box over there during the game. That's what I normally do. So enjoy the day. Thank you.
Bob, thank you. We're always pleased to have you back on campus, and truly appreciate your remarks. I don't know if Gil did, but you know, that's okay. You're going to have to go back to Tulsa with him. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is no stranger to any of us. This gentleman is the 20th president of Upper Iowa University. Dr. Alan Walker has led this university since 2004 and continues to take this university through a great time of incredible growth and ascension. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Walker.
Well, if you're not as proud as a Peacock today, you never will be. Steve, Diane, Cal Harms, Chairman Fth, and members of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Mike Racy, Mr. Butch Raymond, members of the faculty, staff, students, alums, friends of the university, elected officials, members of the community, representatives from our corporate partners, and esteemed guests. The ascension continues. We are gathered here today to celebrate yet another historic moment in the history of Upper Iowa University. But make no mistake, the opening of this outstanding facility is not just about our football program. It's much more than that. It's a demonstration of what can happen when there is vision, courage to act on that vision, leadership, teamwork, and especially in this case, individuals who are able and willing to make a significant personal financial investment in this institution. And make no mistake, this day did not begin when the sun came up this morning. It really began about 10 years ago with the decision to move up to NCAA Division II status. We charted new territory as the only NCAA Division II school in the state at the time, and we retain this unique distinction to this day. That move, which ultimately helped lay the groundwork for this day, took vision. That vision came from Gil Cloud. I want to personally take this opportunity to recognize Gil and his wife Vicky, who have joined us here today, for the role they played and the contribution they've made to this institution. Thank you. If it were not for your efforts, we would not be here today, Gil. Then, it took courage to act on and support Gil's vision, especially on the part of the members of the Board of Trustees. In some ways, they made a leap of faith and committed the institution and its resources to following a course which has helped bring us together here this afternoon. There are a number of board members here, and I want to recognize and thank them for their faith, support, and courage. If it weren't for your efforts, we would not be here today, board members. Like the sport of football itself, you can have a good game plan, but to be successful, you need leaders. Leaders who can execute the plan and make things happen. We're here today because in Dave Miller, our athletic director, Coach Shea, our head football coach, and his staff, and all the other members of the athletic department, we have the kind of leadership it takes to build a model NCAA Division II program. A program that is true to the legacy of excellence in athletics, which is such an important part of the fabric that makes up this institution. Today, we're building on that legacy left by us by some great names in Upper Iowa University football history. Names like Dorman, Eischeid, Rudolph, Nemers, Sanger, Roth, Exline, Richards, Staker, just to name a few. But executing the plan also takes leaders who can tell our story, who can share our vision with others. Leaders who can inspire and excite friends and alums of the university to see the possibilities and the potential that we have here, and who can help them join with us in our shared vision. To do that, you need people like Wendell Snodgrass and his team. You need them on this team. So I want to recognize and thank Dave Miller, all the coaches and staff, as well as Wendell Snodgrass, our Vice President for Advancement Development and Alumni Relations, and his staff. If it weren't for all your efforts, we would not be here today. And of course, there are many, many others who've worked behind the scene who actually did the work, the physical labor, to help make all of this possible. Brian Jolly, our Executive Director of Facilities Management and Services, and his staff, and our corporate partners from Spillman Farmer, Derrick and Edson, Aramark, Roberts Interiors, and the Samuels Group. The relationship we have with these companies is more than just a business arrangement. We look for corporate partners who share our values share our vision, partners who believe in our mission and contribute in ways beyond the contractual services they provide. These folks are not just corporate partners. They're part of the Peacock family. They say you can't pick your family. Well, in this case, actually, you can. I mean, this morning, you had Dan Harrigan out here wiping stuff down, cleaning stuff up. You had Steve Sproles out here power washing all morning. That about says it all, doesn't it? And you know, you don't ride 3,000 miles on motorcycles across the country on Route 66 with business associates. You do that kind of thing with friends, like Sid Samuels. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there have been many on our team who have played an important role along the way, all of which have helped to set this stage. But there's one more important element that was needed in order to get us all here today. There are many times when what it takes to make something really big happen and to turn a really big idea into reality, to accomplish something that helps transform an institution. Individuals who step forward, who are able and willing to make a significant personal financial investment in an institution. They are the difference makers. Bill and Betty Andrews, for example, know exactly what it takes to transform an institution, and they've helped to do so at critical moments in our institution's history. We want to thank Betty for her continued support and devotion. And now, Steve and Diane Harms have shown us all through their generous gift that they too know what it takes to transform a university. Now, I can't tell you that this would not have happened without their support. It may have happened eventually someday. But what I can tell you is, without Steve and Diane Harms, this would not have happened today. And that, my friends, is what it means to make a difference. So I hope today you'll join with me in giving Steve and Diane your personal words of thanks and gratitude for their leadership and generosity. They're one of the reasons why it's great to be a Peacock. Thank you.
Well done.
Dr. Walker, thank you. On behalf of all of our head coaches and student athletes, our staff, thank you for everything that you do for our athletic program. I am now very honored to have the opportunity to introduce our next speaker, Mike Racy. As I said earlier, Mike comes to us from Indianapolis and the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, and he is the Vice President for Division II. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Racy.
I'd like to start out by thanking President Walker and David Miller for having me here today. It's a great honor to be here with you, and especially with rain and clouds in Indianapolis. To be here on a beautiful day like today is something special. It's also good to see Commissioner Butch Raymond and to be with him today as we dedicate this football stadium. As some of you know, NCAA Division II is committed to the philosophy of life in the balance for our student athletes. This experience for Division II student athletes is outlined in an NCAA document that the Division II member schools have adopted as their strategic positioning platform. The platform highlights Division II's commitment to mind, body, and spirit. We expect Division II student athletes to seek excellence in the classroom, in the community, and on the playing field. This balanced experience where highly skilled scholarship student athletes can prioritize their development as scholars and citizens helps distinguish Division II member schools and their athletic programs from those of the other two divisions in the NCAA. Today we gather to celebrate the opening of a new stadium, a significant investment by this university and this community to enhance the lives of your students and your alumni. In Division II, the value of intercollegiate athletics and why schools invest money in sponsoring college sports is the impact it has in the development of students outside the classroom. Division II student athletes develop life skills that help them for lifelong success. Skills that include time management, discipline, teamwork, leadership, and how to deal with adversity. What you have built is a place where life skills will be taught, memories will be made, and dreams will be fulfilled. Congratulations, Upper Iowa. Your institution is enhanced by this new stadium, and the lives of your current students and future students will be impacted by what we dedicate today. On behalf of the NCAA, thanks for your contributions to intercollegiate athletics, your commitment to Division II, and your commitment to student-athlete excellence.
Mike, thank you very much. I know you have a tremendous busy schedule, and I very, very much appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to spend the weekend with us. Thank you. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce a gentleman who I come to know very well and spend a lot of time with, and that is the Commissioner of the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, Mr. Butch Raymond.
Well, hopefully you all know that commissioners are supposed to be neutral when you go to a game, a conference game, because I got one team playing the other. So as excited as I was this morning when I woke up, I'm trying to figure out what should I wear today. So I picked out a nice white shirt that said Northern Sun Conference on it without any special colors, and thought I'd just be that and be neutral. But there was one thing I want you to realize, that look at my shoestrings. That's one thing for the Peacocks, that at least I could do that. I don't think anybody's going to see that. And then David, for once in his life, gives me something nice. The first time I've ever received anything, so now I have to wear it. And now I'm nervous about what am I going to tell St. Cloud tonight when they walk on the field? How am I going to handle that? I have some special thank yous on behalf of the Northern Sun. First of all, I'd like to thank Upper Iowa University for allowing me to be here and participate in this event. I have been through with you from the beginning, and trust me, I'm just as excited as you are. The reason that we're here is that because of two gentlemen that have already been mentioned, your former athletic director, Gil Cloud, and your current president, Dr. Alan Walker. Those are two gentlemen that spent countless hours working with the Northern Sun and making sure that this was the best move for them and for us. Also, thank you to Mike Racy, coming here, the Vice President of Division II. David's already alluded to how busy this gentleman is, but I think also this is just a true indication of why Division II is what it is. There are no other of the other two, Division I, Division III, they don't have the vision that Division II does. They don't have the leadership that we do with Mike and his staff. And so Mike, thank you for taking the time to be here and share this with you. As I look back into when this all happened in 2006, when you were invited into the Northern Sun, there were some questions and some concerns of whether this was going to be a good fit for both of us, for you and for us. Well, I think today as we stand here and look around, we know it's been a great fit, and I congratulate you for that. As I look back on since 2006 and just say, what's happened with Upper Iowa in the Northern Sun? Well, you have won 3 NSIC wrestling championships in 6 years. You've been ranked 3rd, 4th, and 6th nationally in the country in Division II wrestling, and you are the proud sponsors of 4 national champions that you have had on your campus. In 6 years, you have won 2 women's golf championships. You have won a super region, which means that once you win that, your team qualifies to go to the national tournament, and you've won that. You have had 4 NSIC Women Golfers of the Year in your program. You have also won 1 women's tennis championship. So in 6 years, you won 6 Northern Sun championships, and I congratulate you for that. I don't know if you remember this or not, but your first football game back in 2006, you played Wayne State College. That was your first NSIC game. You won that game 24-14. So Tom, good luck today and your opening here on home. You heard Mike Racy talk about Division II and life in the balance, the balance between athletics and academics. Well, here's some of these things that have happened besides the championships you've won. Last year, the Northern Sun Most Valuable Offensive Player of the Year and also Newcomer of the Year was your running back, Chris Smith. The most prestigious award we give in football is called the Glenn Galligan Award. This is an award that's given to a senior for his work on the football, on the football field, in the classroom, on this campus, and in his community. Last year's winner was Casey Poppenfuss, excuse me for that, again from Upper Iowa. Now, life in the balance, academics. You have put to us 310 NSIC all-academic student athletes in 6 years. We also instituted a new award 3 years ago called the Miles Brand Award. This is an award that's given to seniors that have completed their eligibility, will graduate, and carry a GPA of 3.75. You have had 6 winners of the Miles Brand Award in the 3 years that we've had it. Upper Iowa, you are a leader for us. We're thankful to have you in our conference. We congratulate you on today and look forward to many, many good days. Thank you.
Butch, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here today. As we were planning this event, we knew there would be about 100 young men who would really like to come out here, Steve and Diane, and say thank you, but they're getting ready to play a football game tonight. Nonetheless, we've got this pretty neat little board over here, and they made a little thank you that they would like to show you. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would please take a look at our high-definition video board.
Thank you for all the support you have provided the football team with your gift for this great stadium that we get the chance to play in tonight. This transformation gives us one of the best stadiums in all of Division II. As student athletes, it's rare that we get the chance to be a part of something as big and important as tonight's stadium opening. We wish that we could be there in person to thank you both again, but hopefully the effort that we put forth on this very turf will be enough to show our great appreciation.
Again, we cannot thank you enough for your amazing support to the football program and Upper Iowa Athletics. We are excited for all that lies ahead of us tonight, the rest of the season, and beyond. The Peacocks are in a better place because of what you've done for all of us. So on behalf of the Upper Iowa student athletes, and especially the football program, thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me, Dr. Walker, Bob Fth, Coach Shea, and the entire group. I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Steve Harms.
That's pretty hard to follow.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's pretty tough to follow. That's awful nice. Tom, thank you for that. But it is great to be a Peacock today. I'm looking forward to the football game tonight. I'm looking forward to that first touchdown that comes. We get a replay on that new screen up there. So it's going to be an exciting night. When President Walker, Wendell, and David Miller came to talk to me about the vision that they had with Upper Iowa and this stadium, it was something that all of a sudden we wanted to be a part of, because we wanted to give something back to Upper Iowa that Upper Iowa has so richly given to us. And that history started really all the way back in 1945 when my father, and they introduced him a little bit earlier, my father and my uncle Mal, a lot of you know they're fraternal twins. So when they graduated, and Becky Reed, Becky is Mal's daughter. He's got 2 daughters. And Becky is able to be here. She lives in Sumner and does a lot of work with my dad over there. So thank you, Becky. But when they graduated from high school, they wanted to go into the Air Force and be pilots. Well, Dad did become a pilot. My Uncle Mal, he became a bombardier. And Mal got, I think, the short straw in that process, in that he flew 40 missions in the Asian Pacific Theater in World War II, and was actually shot down, crash landed his B-24, and walked away to be able to tell about it. So they've had, once they got out of the Air Force, they came over here again together, wanted to play football at Upper Iowa. I think 1945 was the first year that they played, 45, 46, and 47. And I think in 46 and 47, if my notes were right, they were won the Iowa Conference at that time with undefeated records. Now Mal was a little All-American. He was the captain of the All-Conference team. Both of them had been class officers here at Upper Iowa. That's kind of hard to believe. I can believe it for Mal, but for Dad, that's especially when I heard he was Secretary Treasurer. But they had a great career here. They got to play under the legendary Doc Dorman. It doesn't get any better than that. As you know, my dad, he was the first Iowa official to go into the National High School Hall of Fame as an official. He's a member of the Iowa High School Hall of Fame. And probably what he enjoys the most is being part of the Upper Iowa Hall of Fame. So both of Cal and Mal were in there and did a great job. So they were, you know, they left their mark here at Upper Iowa. There's no question about that. And I know that both Mal passed away a couple of years ago, but my dad still lives there in Sumner, and I know they'd be very humbled to share the stadium name with the Eischeid family, Eb Eischeid, Mike Racy, and the rest of the Eischeids. So it's a real honor to be on the same name of the stadium with the Eischeids. I know that. Eb was, I think, was here for 22 years as a player, coach, teacher, athletic director. Eb Eischeid left his mark here at Upper Iowa also. And again, we're very proud to have the name associated with this stadium. But Diane and I have been very blessed. We have a great family. I'd like to introduce, we've got 4 daughters and 1 son. One of my daughters, Lindsay. Stand up, Lindsay. And my son, Jordan. They were able to make it. We've got 6 grandchildren, and any day now we're going to have number 7. So my youngest daughter didn't think that she wanted to give birth in the Upper Iowa training room today, so she stayed back in Des Moines, and we're happy she did. But we've had a great family. We've had a great run. Diane and I, just a little story. We both came here in 1969. As I tell my kids, I was a real student athlete. I didn't have time for girls. But so we didn't even have a first kiss until our senior year at homecoming. As I told Jordan and Lindsay coming up, I asked her to go to the homecoming dance. We were standing right outside Garby Hall because I had to get back in for curfew. I always had, for some reason, I always liked those end of the hall rooms, because you could get people in and out of there very quickly. So we were standing there, and I asked her to come to homecoming with me, and she said, "No, I've got other plans." Well, I've been turned down before, so it wasn't a big deal. But I said, "Fine, we'll do it some other time," and I gave her a kiss. And as the legend goes, She and I turned around. I was going to go into the room to meet curfew, and then she said, "No, wait a minute. I lied. I'll go with you." That must have been one hell of a kiss. But we've enjoyed it. We've had a great family. We've got great friends. A lot of my friends are here today, and I truly appreciate that. Some of them, we were competitors in high school. We came to Upper Iowa together and became best friends, and for a number of them, we're best friends 40 years later. So that just doesn't happen every place. So we've got a great family, we've got great friends, and we've got a great university that we're very proud to support. It makes us very proud of the day-to-day, and it makes us very proud of everything that Dr. Walker and the administration has done over the last number of years to, as he keeps saying, this is an ascending university, and there's no question about that, and this is just one piece of that. If you've got some time before the game, I would sure encourage you to walk around the campus and see the different, for some of you that haven't been back for a while, it's really changed. And I know they got watermelon days down on the main street, that the main street was cordoned off, but believe it or not, we got 3 bars back on Main Street, Fayette. So Alan, we've come a long ways. And things are looking very good down there. So please take your time and look around. And I just say again, thank you to Upper Iowa for everything it's done for us and our family. And we're looking forward to a great game tonight. So go Peacocks!
Steve, Diane, thank you so much. Your generosity, your commitment, your dedication to Upper Iowa athletics, our student athletes, you inspire us all. You truly inspire us all, and we're going to work very, very hard to make you proud. And now, it's time for the official ribbon cutting. All right. Debbie Walker, if we could have you come down as well. If you get a chance, Cal, we need you to come on down.
Yeah, you
okay.
Can't go.
Okay, Cal's not going to come?
No.
Okay. All right. But if you would, Debbie Walker, please join us, along with our contractors, designers, architects. Please come on up, along with every member of our Board of Trustees. Folks, just so you know, this is going to take a couple of minutes to get organized, but we're going to do it as quickly as possible, and then Dr. Walker will officially dedicate the new Harms-Eischeid Stadium. All right, Cal is coming. Okay.
Get here right in the middle.
Where do you want him?
There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Okay, hold up.
Are we ready? On three. 3, 2, 1, cut. Congratulations, man. You did it. You did it. They both were, but Mel was the one that was.